And we are back with Ohio is on Fire. And tonight's guest, he is finally here in the studio. I'm speaking to Ben Rivet. He's a Dayton music artist. But say hello.
How's it going?
All right, man. Now, welcome to the studios. I've discovered you have an event coming up that Hanson Audio is on Active Dayton. Well, of course, I'll talk to you more about that in a little bit. But I want to get to know you a little bit more because you're a music artist. Now, I noticed in your videos you play a lot of instruments. You play your guitar, piano. Now, have you been a classically trained musician your whole life? How did that come about?
I did choirs and played guitar in high school, and then I ended up going to University of Dayton to study music. So I do have my degree in music, but I have a general BA, so I wasn't a performance major, education major, or anything like that. But I did study vocal training, and I was in a lot of choirs and ensembles when I was at school, but I did mostly music production, so a lot of the instrumentation and vocal knowledge that I have came through school and then post-school, but that's what I studied, was music production.
Awesome. Now, you released music under the moniker BJSR. Now, is that a group, or do you have other people helping you, or are you by yourself?
It's a solo project. It's my initials, Benjamin Joseph Stefan Rivet.
Oh,
so
it all makes sense now.
Yeah, solo project. I collaborate with a lot of different artists, and kind of ebbs and flows as the music comes along. But I do all of the writing, and I'm the main singer and performer. So whenever other artists or performers or producers are needed, then it grows, and when not, then it shrinks.
Now, I know sometimes you do work with Kenny Mosher. I know he worked on the music video that you guys are going to be premiering. It'll be a big event you'll be doing in 2 days.
Yeah.
Now, how'd you meet Kenny Mosher, and how's that relationship like when it comes to the music business?
Sure. First of all, it's Kenny Mosher.
I said it wrong. Kenny Mosher.
And, my last name is Rivet, like you would, have rivets on a G.
Rivet. Well, I tried.
But if we want to go with Ben Rivet and Kenny Mosher.
No, I want to call you Rivet.
Yeah,
man.
No, that's good. That's fine. Anyway, Kenny and I go back to University of Dayton. He was a UD grad as well, and he was, I think, general studies major, actually, and I was a BA, but we both had a general interest in audio technology and media production. So we worked together through a class that we took that was specifically music for video, and the collaboration between the two. So he and I worked together on a project for that class. I think it was our senior year, and that was the first video project we ever worked on, and worked a couple projects throughout senior year of college and then out of school. And right after graduation, I went and continued to do my music career, when performed on a cruise ship, and he started working solely in video production and digital storytelling. And so we've been able to work a couple times together over the last 5 years since we got out of school on various projects, a couple music videos and projects for his work. So.
Awesome, man. Now, I noticed on your YouTube channel, you've done a series of videos called Go With The Flow.
Yeah.
It's a combination of music and yoga.
Yeah.
Now, was there a high demand in the Dayton, Ohio area for like soft rock music and yoga? How'd that come about?
I would say that we didn't really realize that there was a need. We didn't attack the problem like there was a need for it. But I was working with Tori Reynolds, who's a yoga instructor in the area, and I asked if I could play a couple of her classes, and people seemed to really enjoy it. I use a looping station for that project, so the concept behind it is that I build a very long live instrumental track for her yoga class, and because I'm able to make it live and be very light on my feet as far as the creation of music,
wow,
it seems to kind of have taken off. We found a really niche market, so I would say that we found that there's a demand there now, and we've been traveling quite regularly for that, so that's actually kind of taken the forefront of my production mind. BJSR stuff has kind of been in the background until this Friday.
Now, along with the videos, for the Go With The Flow, there's probably a lot of yoga classes in the Dayton, Ohio area, and Ohio in general. Do you actually do them live? Like, do you have a lot of other yoga instructors invite you to do music live while the people actually do the yoga?
Not really. Not a bunch of different yoga teachers. I work with one teacher specifically,
okay.
Tori, and we created this Go With The Flow project together. So she and I tour exclusively around the country for this project. We've done almost 200 classes in the last 2 years.
Great.
So, yeah.
Now, sorry, is that the one in the video?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, now I know that I can match the face
You're
with the
putting
name
it all
now.
together. Connecting
Yes. Well, tell her she's very nice looking.
I will.
Unless she's married, then don't say anything at all.
She's not married. I'll let her know.
All right. Now, what do you do? You right now live in the Dayton, Ohio market.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the music scene? Like, do you think it's... Well, just share your honest thoughts. Is it good or bad?
It's not huge, but I think it has a lot of character. I didn't live in Dayton until I was in college, and then I was kind of in the UD bubble. So, which kind of detaches itself from the UD music scene directly. So it wasn't until after I got out of school and started working on the BJSR project that I really started to get to know the scene as it is. And so it's only been a couple of years, but I was able to immediately kind of nestle in and make really good relationships with studios and venues and other producers and bar owners and radio hosts and things like that. So to me, what I like about it is it's extremely accessible, and because of Dayton's location, I love being an independent artist that lives in Dayton because it's so close to everything. I mean, we're really close to Chicago and Nashville and St. Louis and Indianapolis and Detroit and Pittsburgh, and I could just keep going and going.
Wow.
And that's kind of different than almost any other city in the entire country, having traveled it, that we're very, very close to a lot of major markets, which for any artist or young entrepreneur, that's a huge, huge resource. So I like it because it's connected to a much larger market, which is the Midwest.
Oh, absolutely. But that's a good answer. Well, yeah, I think a lot of younger artists cut their teeth through Dayton.
Yeah.
It might be easier to get gigs because I think New York City, like, you have to be either really good or perhaps know someone, and it's just a really huge market.
Totally.
Like, you can get lost real easy in a big city like New York City.
Yeah.
So maybe Dayton, Ohio, I guess it's the simplicity.
It's what's great
yeah.
is that you don't need to be because it's not very expensive to live. I mean, just it's a fraction of what Chicago is, and even more of a fraction of what San Francisco or LA or New York are. And if what you're trying to do when you're first getting started is play a lot and get a lot of stage time and make a lot of contacts, then it might make sense to do that as economically as possible until you kind of hone your craft and figure out what specifically you want to do, what you enjoy about music or production or performance or design or photography, whatever it is. It usually, for me, it took a couple of years outside of school after I'd built up all this knowledge base to try to put it in action and see what was the most enjoyable thing about it. And Dayton, for me, was and still is a great place to do that because it doesn't feel like you're I mean, it would be one thing if we were living in Minneapolis or something, which I'm not bashing Minneapolis, but it's pretty far away from a lot of other places, and it's not super big. So what's great about Dayton is you don't have to go very far to feel tapped into another whole group of people and a whole scene and a whole new set of bars and whatnot. So I've always liked living and playing here.
Awesome. Well, I continue good luck here in the Dayton market. And I got good news for you. I didn't really tell you about this beforehand, but I'm going to play 2 of your songs that you have on the internet. I'll play that now. I'm going to play The Lover, and I'm going to play the acoustic version of Sleep, which you did with Lauren Elise.
Yeah.
So I'll play those 2.